The 55 pounds million rated forward, described as superior to Erling Haaland, revealed the true reason he hasn't joined Arsenal yet, leaving fans curious about his future. Meanwhile, Paul Merson made a bold statement about Cole Palmer, promising to excite Arsenal fans ahead of the clash against Chelsea. Additionally, a £20 million Arsenal player was encouraged to sign with Antonio Conte and become the perfect addition for Napoli. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest Arsenal news straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal made a push to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig during the summer transfer window. Mikel Arteta, together with Edu Gaspar, who has since left the club, sought to bring in the Slovenian international to strengthen the squad's attacking force. Had Arsenal managed to secure Sesko's signing last summer, they might be in a stronger position than their current 5th place in the Premier League. The Gunners are still keeping an eye on Sesko, who's having a standout 2024-25 season, with 7 goals and 3 assists across 14 appearances so far. However, an intriguing development has now surfaced involving Kai Havertz. Benjamin Sesko did not fancy Arsenal move due to Kai Havertz competition. According to the Daily Mail, RB Leipzig's no.30, Benjamin Sesko turned down a move to Arsenal because he didn't want to play second fiddle to German international Kai Havertz. Sami Mokbel explains that the Slovenian seriously considered joining Arsenal when he heard about Arteta's interest, but he ultimately decided against it as Arsenal couldn't assure him a starting spot over Havertz. The Daily Mail also reports that Arsenal were ready to trigger Sesko's release clause until they realized his reservations about the transfer. Since then, the 21-year-old has signed a new deal with RB Leipzig. Mokbel adds that despite this, Arsenal's interest remains strong, and Sesko's release clause sits at £55 million. Manchester United are now showing serious interest in signing Benjamin Sesko, meaning Arsenal's missed opportunity last summer might soon haunt them. In hindsight, it seems like a misstep on Arsenal's part to tell the Radissa-born striker he wouldn't be guaranteed a starting position. With how Arsenal have lined up for most of this season, there actually could have been space for both Sesko and Havertz to play together. Since Martin Odegaard's ankle injury, Arteta has been using a 4-4-2 formation with Trossard positioned just behind Havertz, a setup where both Sesko, who's even been touted as better than Erling Haaland, and the German could have had room to shine. Even in Arteta's previous 4-3-3 formation, Sesko could have fit in well, especially since Havertz often drops deeper to support play as a number 8. Hopefully, Arsenal can secure Sesko the next time an opportunity arises, or last summer's decision might come back to haunt them. Paul Merson makes bold Cole Palmer claim, which will excite Arsenal fans ahead of Chelsea. Arsenal are gearing up for a massive clash against Chelsea, hoping to turn around their recent rough patch. Since the last international break, Mikel Arteta's team has faced some challenging fixtures but struggled to make an impact, suffering away losses to Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Inter Milan. Now they head to Stamford Bridge to take on their longtime rivals, Chelsea, in yet another away match. Another defeat could deliver a serious blow to their title hopes this season. Injuries are a concern for both teams, but Chelsea's situation might be especially tricky if Cole Palmer is sidelined. His absence could improve Arsenal's chances of coming away with a crucial win. Arsenal icon Paul Merson, who also played for Chelsea, has now told Sportskita that the Gunners will win at Stamford Bridge if Palmer is not fit to play. Arsenal win this game if Cole Palmer doesn't play. It's as simple as that, Merson claimed. The only way Chelsea have a chance is if Palmer plays from the start. He is the heartbeat, and he makes everything happen for Chelsea. Palmer picked up an injury against Manchester United last week, and it is unclear whether he will recover to face Arsenal. Martin Odegaard returned from injury against Inter Milan at the best possible time, with Arsenal struggling in his absence, and Chelsea could face a similar dip in form if they lose Palmer. Cole Palmer has been a standout player for Chelsea since his move from Manchester City last year, and he's already shown he can trouble Arsenal. Before his transfer, Palmer scored against Arsenal in the Community Shield, a game that Arsenal ultimately won. Later, he converted a penalty in a 2-2 draw with the Gunners last season, though he missed the reverse fixture at the Emirates, which Arsenal dominated with a 5-0 win. Palmer has emerged as arguably Chelsea's top performer, and if he ends up missing the game, Arsenal might feel more confident about securing a much-needed win. A £20 million Arsenal player was encouraged to sign with Antonio Conte and become the perfect addition for Napoli. With the absences of William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Ricardo Calafiori, it seemed like Jakub Kiwior had a golden opportunity to step up and make his mark for Arsenal. However, after returning to the bench for Saturday's trip to Newcastle United and the midweek Champions League defeat to Inter Milan, it's starting to look like Kiwior's costly mistake at the Vitality Stadium might have been the final straw for Mikel Arteta. Arsenal called on Kiwior when Saliba was forced off after picking up a red card in their disappointing 2-0 loss to Bournemouth. While Saliba's dismissal certainly didn't help, it was Kiwior's careless back pass, intercepted by Evanilson, that really handed Bournemouth the advantage. The interception led to a penalty, which Justin Kluivert confidently converted. Although Kiwior did contribute 2 assists in Arsenal's EFL Cup win over Preston, the Poland international has yet to shake the perception that he may not be dependable when facing higher quality opposition. Jakub Kiwior urged to leave Arsenal for Serie A leaders Napoli. Arsenal splashed £20 million to bring Jakub Kiwior to North London from Spezia almost 2 years ago. However, with the Premier League proving tough for the 24-year-old to fully adapt to, former Spezia president Stefano Cisoli is now suggesting that Serie A giants Napoli should end Kiwior's struggles in England. Kiwior is a fantastic player, Cisoli told Radio Kiss Kiss. He has excellent technique and a great physical presence. Napoli, who are still leading the Scudetto race by a point over Inter Milan despite their 3-0 defeat to Atalanta last time out, have been using a back four system this season. And as the saying goes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Antonio Conte, typically known for his preference for a 3 at the back system, something that worked wonders for him at Juventus and Chelsea, has shown flexibility, even shifting his tactics when necessary. Cisoli believes that Kiwior could be the perfect fit for Conte's Napoli, thanks to his ability to play both as a central defender and a left back in a back four. Kiwior would be perfect in a back four, Cisoli adds, of a player who was also fielded in a number 6 role at times by now Juventus boss Thiago Motta. He was born a midfielder and has an important tactical awareness. Napoli can play a leading role in the title race. The team is strong, the coach is good, and they have no European commitments. Europe wears you down, many teams lose points in the league for this reason. There is another player who is doing very well who I also had at Spezia, and who would be a good fit for Conte. That is Ardian Ismajli, who is now at Empoli. Arsenal eye Palmeiras' Vitor Reis amid defensive targets. TBR recently reported that Jakub Kiwior had the chance to return to Italy over the summer, with Juventus, Inter Milan, and Bologna all showing interest in the Arsenal player. If he had moved to Bologna, he would have essentially replaced Ricardo Calafiori, who left the club. Arsenal are likely to be open to offers for Kiwior again in the winter transfer window, as they've already started looking at potential defensive targets of their own. The Gunners are keeping tabs on Valencia's Christian Mascara and Nantes' Nathan Zeze. Another option could be Girona's Miguel Gutierrez, should Arteta want to add a natural left back to the squad. Additionally, Brazilian wonder kid Vitor Reis is another name that's been linked to Arsenal, with his agent suggesting that a move away from Palmeiras is inevitable in the near future, making him a potential target for the Gunners. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.